Welcome to the NBA's greatest games. Today, we'll take you back into NBA history and relive one of the great matchups as it happened.
When you are the world champions, you have that certain look. It's not something you can learn, it's something you acquire through greatness. And throughout this series, the Detroit Pistons have shown the Portland Trail Blazers what greatness is all about. And the backcourt, they are proving to be the best guards this side of Buckingham Palace. When the Trailblazers brought this series to their home court, it was expected they would dominate. Instead, they learned very quickly how fast things can fall apart. If Detroit has the look of champions, Portland has the look of frustration. And now, down 3-1, they are looking at summer vacation. Since they began playing professional basketball, only 2 franchises have repeated as champions. And the headline Detroit is looking for tomorrow has 3 words: back to back. The rugged beauty of the Pacific Northwest has been the backdrop for this leg of the NBA Finals. Everywhere you look, there's a snapshot. And it's not easy taking care of the land, but they do it with pride and distinction here. And when they say this is Blazer country, they mean it. The land they are protecting tonight is right there, the Portland Memorial Coliseum. The Portland Trail Blazers arrived here tonight hoping upon hope that they can get back into the series. It's not embarrassing, but it sure is serious being down 3-1. On the other side, the faces of the Detroit Pistons. They arrived 3-1 up, and before the game they pledged to get the job done tonight, and somewhere inside this building they have champagne on ice. And so welcome to the 1990 NBA Finals, Game 5 between the Detroit Pistons and the Portland Trail Blazers. And good evening, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien. Well, here it is, the first championship trophy of the 1990s. And the way Detroit is playing, this could be gracing their trophy case in no time. There are 3 games left in this series, and all the Pistons have to do is win 1 before they hold this thing over their heads. Portland is in trouble. There's no kind way to say it. No team has ever come back from this deficit. And all the Trailblazers have to hang their hats on is that perhaps they can be the team to make finals history. And with that, let's hear from the coach, who is standing by right now with James Brown. JB?
All right, Patrick, and I'm sure Rick Adelman is counting on that. And Rick, despite the 3-1 disadvantage, you guys have pushed Detroit to its limits. You've reached deep into your coaching bag. Any tactics left at all?
No, I don't think so. I think what we have to do is just do things better over a consistent game. We've had dry periods in the games that cost us wins, and we know we could easily be up 3-1 rather than down 3-1, but that's where it's at. We know that's how it is in the playoffs. We had the good fortune of being ahead in the other playoffs, so we're going to go out and try to play our game better over 48 minutes.
Rick, you've been here as a player. You understand what inspirational speeches work and which ones don't. Did you have an inspirational speech this evening, or were words necessary?
I don't think they were necessary today. We had a good talk yesterday. If I gave any type of speech, it was yesterday at practice, and we talked about just spending the next 24 hours getting ready for this game, and I looked at the players today, and they seem to be ready, and tonight they seem very ready. So I think we all know where we're at, and we got to win this game or our season's over. We think if we can take it one more step, who knows what might happen.
Best to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, as we get ready to go back upstairs to Pat, you might be interested to note that when I talked to the players in the locker room, they all said, JB, we'll see you in Detroit on Sunday. Let's go back upstairs to Pat.
All right, JB, thank you. Now, if you are a Portland fan, turn away from your set and plug your ears, because I'm going to show you a graphic about what this down 3-1 means. In the history of sports, only 6 teams have come back in the best-of-7 series, 5 in the World Series, 1 in the Stanley Cup, and none in the NBA. This is a huge mountain to climb and the biggest game of the season for the Trailblazers.
And they only lost 6 all year, the Trailblazers, in the regular season. Now the Pistons have inflicted 3 losses, or 2 losses in this series, trying to make it 3. Edwards and Duckworth jumping, controlled by the Trailblazers.
Well, let's see if they'll establish something down inside low early.
Duckworth, that's exactly what they're doing, and he puts the Blazers in front.
They've got to keep Duckworth happy in the early part of the game, Dick. He has the ability to get off, get the club off, feeling a lot of confidence, get the double team, and then hit the outside shooting.
Here's James Edwards. The Pistons like to get him early, but Lane Beer hits from outside to tie the score. Portland wants the pace up-tempo, Detroit the other way around.
Games 1 and 2, they would start off right there with Buck going strong to the basket.
And a loose ball foul has been called against Duckworth, who has been in foul trouble throughout most of this series.
You know, it's uncharacteristic for them to be playing a team for any set period of time where they cannot dominate them on their own offensive boards. Detroit has completely frustrated them by holding them to 1 shot.
Jimmy mentioned Thomas, Dumars, and Johnson combined for 78 points in Game 4. James Edwards. And the rebound by Drexler, and we'll have a foul called against the Pistons. And it'll be against Joe Dumars.
See, anytime that Drexler is down in the post-up position, he has a scoring height advantage, and he also can help you on the boards, where he's one of their premier rebounders.
He leads with 12 offensive rebounds, despite playing the guard post. Porter with a pass into Buck Williams. Couldn't handle it, and on turnover, Aguirre has it for the Pistons.
In close quarters, Dick, you should try to bounce past the ball in a situation like that. In the NBA, the players are so big that the player that's open cannot see the pass.
Pistons' strategy is to come out aggressively against the Trailblazers. Aguirre, who struggled from the field in the last game, misses. And a jump ball, and Aguirre's right in the middle of it.
Here we have a loose ball. Now you'll see the nice move by Kersey. You see, Detroit is not afraid to go on the floor for anything which is loose, and they've been right up front in games 3 and 4 with that.
Jerome Kersey and Mark Aguirre jump. It's controlled by the Blazers, and they're going to jump again, according to Jack Madden. Teams won 59 games in the regular season and split when they played each other. Kersey, who's having a terrific series, coming off a 33-point game.
Well, you know, he's been over 29 about 4 or 5 times. He's definitely established himself at that small forward position as something to worry about.
Dumars in the crowd, double team. Thomas is open. Here's Aguirre trying to get the shooting eye and hits a 3. His 4th of the series, and the Pistons lead by 1.
That's not a surprise, because next to Isaiah, Mark Aguirre is the best three-point shooter percentage-wise.
Jump trap and a turnover and a foul called against Porter, I believe. Let's see if it is Porter. It is. That was a quick jump trap with Edwards coming into the play to help Thomas.
Well, defensively, Detroit will always change up on you. They are trying not to give you the same look in any 2 quarters. Now, we haven't seen them trap on the wing before, but it definitely fooled Terry Porter.
Here's Edwards. Rebound Kersey. A little more than 2.5 minutes elapsed in period 1 of game number 5. Porter beats Drexler. Kersey and Drexler, a 2-man gang in game number 4.
Well, in the early going, Porter has been able to beat Isaiah off the dribble and get down in there and make some nice passes.
Changing hands, Isaiah Thomas misses. Here's Kersey. And now Drexler, open court for Clyde. Fouled by Isaiah Thomas.
This is the type of game that you want to see from Portland. You want to see them force the turnover, get the rebound, and then get it up quickly. Now here you have Porter. Now watch as he splits, gets down inside. As soon as the double team comes, he's able to give it off to Drexler. Once again, we want to emphasize getting it to the big men. If you put it down on the floor, it's a lot easier for them to see it.
Big series for Clyde Drexler. There are many who said he was overrated, but he proved those people wrong as he raised the level of his play in this NBA final.
Well, he's been rewarded for the season by being picked on the third-team All-NBA, along with Joe Dumars at the guard position.
Here's Portland's trap. Not the full one we saw the other night that helped bring him back. Edwards fouled, and the basket will count as well.
It's the first time in the series, Dick, where we've seen them go to a 3-2 like it's a matchup half-court trap. And by that, any time that Detroit will come over half-court, they'll use Kersey, who's in the middle of it, as the double-teamer. We should be watching that as the first half goes on.
Foul is on Buck Williams. Third team foul against Portland. Edwards, who has struggled from the line, misses here.
Once again, he faded back on his foul shot, and they're trying to get him to stand up and follow through.
Duckworth, and Lane Beer makes a fine steal on the pass. That's the third turnover. Isaiah Thomas, and it goes through. So Isaiah gives the Pistons a 2-point lead. Shooting is good for both sides. Here's the trap. Aguirre was doubling Porter. Porter hits a three.
Well, for Terry Porter, that's only his fourth three in this series. He's 4 for 17, where in series 2 and 3 during the playoffs, he's been able to really hit that one consistently.
Aguirre working against Buck Williams. And Duckworth made him change his shot. Might have even deflected it a bit. Blazers coming down, leading by 1. Great pass to Kersey. Comes out to Porter. Loses the ball to Dumars, and it's a 2-on-1 right now. Kersey in it. And Aguirre will be called for charging as the trailer.
Excellent defense by Jerome Kersey. They had a 2-on-1, then it became a 3-on-1. Kersey hustled back. Now you'll see it right here. Now there is an excellent move by Jerome taking the charge that time. They've got to force some turnovers today, Dick, to get more shot opportunities. And let's hope that when they get to this end of the floor that they protect the basketball a little bit better than what we're seeing in the early going.
Now Edwards is on Duckworth.
Nice.
Great move. You wonder why he can't do that every time down.
Well, you know, they're not double teaming. They're having Edwards playing man-to-man, and he's showing you a number of moves.
Lead is 3 for the Trailblazers. Dumars gets by Drexler beautifully, but Buck Williams is there defending. Pistons ball with a full clock.
See right here, you'll see, watch Duck as he makes his move here. Now watch, up and under, gets a defensive man to commit, step underneath him, soft touch. He has beautiful hands, right? And by that I mean soft hands.
Soft can be beautiful, and they are in his case. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first.
Two-man game here.
Double team on Edwards. Aguirre does not make the pass. Lane Beer, quick shot from the corner off the side of the backboard. Kersey tries to save it and does to Drexler nicely.
Okay, Kersey's everywhere in the early going.
He struggled the first 2 games, but has picked it up the last 2. Duckworth in great position, and Lane Beer gets a deflection and blocks it out of bounds. Good play by Lane Beer.
See, Lane Beer is looking to help everyone out here. Now watch once the ball goes over. There you had Duckworth just pop Lane Beer right in the face with a forearm. But how about that for not losing your concentration? Lane Beer recovered, came right back, and got the shot blocked.
The 2 biggest men on the floor matched up against each other. James Edwards and Kevin Duckworth.
Now in our replay, you'll see James Edwards here. But watch Isaiah Thomas fake coming down on a double team. I say, now why is this important? Well, first of all, Duckworth can play Edwards and to any tune because he has so many moves. That's the up and under. Now, you say, why aren't they double teaming? The Detroit defense is staying home on the perimeter people and cutting down on the Portland three-point shot attempts. Very good strategy.
We're at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, Oregon with the 581st consecutive sellout, game number 5 of the NBA Finals. The Detroit Pistons leading 3-1, looking to close it out with 6:31 remaining in the first period, and the Blazers looking sharp with a 3-point lead in the first.
Well, we said at the top of the show, expect them to stay below the foul line because when they do this, they are getting excellent results. Already in this early going, in 10 offensive trips, everything has been below the foul line.
Portland's out-rebounded Detroit 7-1. They've been out-rebounded, the Blazers have in this series overall. Drexler from the corner. Drexler has 5, Duckworth 4.
That's such a tough shot to block because Clyde gets up so high and then he has the ability to fade back on the release.
Porter is guarding Thomas. Lanebeer setting a screen. Thomas with a bounce pass picked off by Duckworth, and they're going to call the foul against James Edwards. And that'll be 3 team fouls for both clubs in the first.
Let's give the big fella some credit, moving his feet down in there. Duckworth, nice defense, anticipated the pass, as well as stopped the penetration by Isaiah.
The lead is 5. Shooting percentage, wide disparity. Clearing out for Porter against Thomas. Duckworth lost it. Plenty of time on the shot clock, though. Porter with a baseline. Air ball, Aguirre out to Thomas. Blazers back defensively. Isaiah goes around Kersey. Block shot. Still happens. Crowd cheering with Portland defense, Ruby.
Yes, they're doing an excellent job.
Thomas missing outside. Rebound Drexler. Outlet quickly to Porter. He's got Kersey and Duckworth.
See, he never gave the ball up.
Buck Williams out of bounds. Pistons ball.
See, if he would have given the basketball up and got the ball into the middle of the floor to Kersey, they had a 3-on-1 situation. But by keeping it, the defenders came back and they were able to negate the advantage.
Detroit has missed its last 5 shots from the field, trailing by 5. Thomas from the corner.
Oh.
Remember the corner shot the other night that gave them the lead for good, huh?
Well, they're changing up right now. They're having Joe Dumars run the point guard, and Isaiah is running all of the 2-guard maneuvering off the baseline area.
Porter gets free inside. They're going to call Lanebeer with the push.
Good call.
Crowd loves that. It'll be the first on Bill.
Nice passing, inside passing now. Portland is delivering the ball to the guys for the shot opportunities. Lanebeer that time definitely bumped Porter below the waist.
Porter had hit 35 in a row in the playoffs before he missed. Still has missed only 2 free throws.
Well, you know, when you talk to their coaching staff, when they talk about Terry Porter, you'll see that the three-point shooting is down. He's only 3 for 16, and his playoff shooting is down. But you got to give credit to Isaiah Thomas for that. But when you talk to the coaching staff in Portland, they'll tell you Terry Porter is banged up. He has a sore Achilles, but he's giving it all he has every night. Plus, he's matched up with Isaiah.
An underrated defender, according to Rick Adelman. By the way, Porter now has 4 3-point baskets, including tonight. 9 on the shot clock. Edwards working against Duckworth, does it beautifully, working baseline.
Well, we've seen both pivot men pull off the same play. The fake jump shot up and under.
Duckworth got free, misses the layup. Drexler found him, though. Drexler's making some great passes in this series.
See, anytime that you're a big player and you have a chance to dunk the ball when your opponent gambles, you should do that to demoralize him and discourage him from doing that again.
Porter picks off the pass. Thomas intended for Dumars. Drexler. Thomas the rebound. The lead is 3 for the Trailblazers with just under 4 minutes to go in the first period. Oh, Thomas all the way in. Beautiful play by Isaiah. He's got 6.
Isaiah has run a stumbled dribble twice today at the top by the 3-point line, and both times blew by the defender.
Off the hands of Drexler, another turnover.
Look out here.
Thomas releasing. And it's now 17-16, the Pistons. Isaiah picking up where he left off. Buck Williams, who really needs a good game to come up to the level, powers in.
Now, Bill Lanebeer cried for the delay of game right there. Buck Williams was annoyed because he thought he was fouled by Lanebeer as he took that ball to the basket. In game 1 and 2, Dick, they would give that to Buck out on the wing, and Buck would take Lanebeer off the dribble. We have not seen that in games 3 and 4.
You're right. Right. Edwards wants Duckworth to pick up another foul. He got him too far out. Good defense by Duckworth that time.
The reason why James Edwards keeps turning to the baseline is because that way they cannot double team him if they should want to.
Mark Aguirre moved his leg in, and that'll be the second personal against Aguirre, but now the Pistons are in the penalty. John Sally will check in for Detroit. Danny Young will come in at point guard for the Trailblazers. We also have Dennis Rodman coming in. He played just 1 minute in game number 4 in the closing seconds of the contest. His ankle feeling a lot better. Suffered the sprained ankle early. Here's Wayne Cooper. And Duckworth will lead.
By bringing Rodman into the game, Chuck Daly told me earlier, he said that what they want to do is find out how much he can contribute, and let's have him find out early in the ballgame.
Danny Young will wait till the next dead ball because he will replace Porter at the free throw line now.
Okay. Porter has been a real spark in the first 9 minutes here. Excellent penetration. Now here we have a 2-2-1. It looks like a little half-court trap. All they're trying to do is get Detroit out. Excuse me.
Well, that set wasn't too bad, UB, as Dennis Rodman drove baseline and looked like he was elevating nicely. 20-19 Portland, first period.
Plenty of time, 10 seconds.
Rodman is guarding Kersey. Kersey fires up a 3. Buck Williams gets the offensive rebound. That's the Trailblazers' style of the season, dude. And an offensive foul called against Portland.
Down on the baseline, they have Kersey and Dennis Rodman in a collision down there. Both guys are fighting so hard for the offensive or defensive rebound.
Kersey picks up that foul, number 1 for him.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Game 5 of this NBA championship series here in Portland, and we've got a battle in the first quarter. Blazers on top by 1. You know, as a coach who's been in 3 NBA finals, Coach Chuck Daly is indeed one very busy coach, but his game day routine is a little different than most others. In fact, just about an hour before game time, he's taping his very popular Detroit TV program, usually involving the guests of the opposite team. Now, as one of the most dapper coaches in the league, you might think it takes forever to look resplendent as he always does, but hey, folks, try 7 to 9 minutes later only, and Chuck Daly looking resplendent in his battle fatigues that we understand are reinforced in the seat of his pants. But hey, Chuck Daly seldom ever is coaching by the seat of his pants. And as we go back to Hubie Brown, Dennis Rodman got some kind of warm greeting from Jerome Kersey, huh, Hubie?
This is a battle. Anytime you have Rodman and Kersey. Now keep an eye on Dennis Rodman's arm. You see how it's locked right there? Now watch Kersey. He throws him. Now that's fine, except Harold Garrettson, head of the officials, right on top of the play.
Kersey is appealing to Ed Rush. Portland also throw in a couple of turnovers the last 3 minutes, which has contributed to the fact that their 5-point lead has virtually evaporated. Open is Joe Dumars, has time to... Didn't hit the top, rebound by Cooper. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And another turnover, and that'll be 7. Vinnie Johnson's going to come in the ball game. He has really come alive in the last 2 games, with 21 and 20 points respectively after scoring only 4 points in the first 2 games.
Should see pick and roll basketball here.
Sally rolling to the hoop, nothing doing. Thomas scoops it, and he's getting a lot of those rim shots that finally drop.
But he's the best. He's the smallest guy in this game at 6'1". He's totally fearless. He gets in the lane, makes it happen. But when he leaves his feet, he's thinking score all the time.
Kersey going in the lane. Rebound by LeBeer, outlet pass, and it could be a 3-on-2 break now for the Pistons. Sally with a raise. Now you see why. Rebound Cooper.
Well, I think that Portland would take that one. Anytime Sally and Rodman are on the break and they're trying to handle a basketball, you know, and end up with a jump shot with still 20 seconds on the shot clock, that's to their advantage.
Here's Cooper, right to the key. Cooper has scored only 7 points in 4 games.
Yeah, but throughout his career, 11-year veteran, and he's known for his shot blocking and rebounding, but he has always been able to hit the jump shot at the top of the circle, especially when he was with Denver.
Here's Vinnie Johnson. Misses his first shot. He hit his first 2 the other night, but a foul against the Trailblazers. That'll be their 4th team foul, and 2nd against Buck Williams.
See, one thing you must observe while checking Lambier's game. Anytime that a shot goes up and he's down on the base, you'll see he'll go behind the backboard, and then he comes out with his back into your chest, and he just pushes you out. And if you don't watch it, you get exasperated, and you go right up over the top of him or maybe push for an offensive foul.
Cliff Robinson, the rookie and the 2nd-round pick from Connecticut, replaces Buck Williams, who goes out with 2 fouls. Under a minute to go, 14 on the shot clock for the Pistons. Thomas will fire for a 3 and hit it, and Isaiah Thomas now with 13 points in the first quarter.
How about the fact that he's 9 for 14 in threes in this series so far?
A big game player if you ever saw one. Robinson misses the layup. And it's Cliff Robinson who's alert to get the loose ball.
Take their time.
They did. Drexler threw up a 3. They could have played for the last shot of the quarter. Now Detroit can.
See, they had that loose ball with 17 seconds to go. You should help for the last shot.
Isaiah Thomas off the glass, and Detroit with its biggest lead of this first quarter. And time runs out. It will not count if it goes. And Isaiah Thomas, once again, trying to make a big statement for MVP honors, 15 points. And that is the end of the first period, with the Pistons leading 26-22. And we'll return to the Coliseum in Portland after this message and a word from your local station.
Well, no matter what happens tonight, this is our last evening in Portland, Oregon, and the story of this city has been the tremendous hospitality that they have laid out for all of us here at CBS Sports, and we had just a terrific time, and that's what it looks like here today. The story inside the Portland Memorial Coliseum is 2 words: Isaiah Thomas. Back to Dick.
You're so right, Pat O'Brien. Isaiah Thomas has done it at every level. There's what he's done: 7 of 9 from the field and a 3-point basket as well. Portland had a 5-point lead, but they missed a lot of shots, turned it over, and Isaiah got hot. Start of the second period, James Edwards in there for Detroit. Offensive foul called against Rodman. That'll be his first.
See, that time Rodman set the pick, but he moved before the defensive man had a chance to move, and he had a collision. Offensive foul. Excellent. Now here's Portland. They've been doing an excellent job below the foul line, Dick, but they're missing too many easy shots that should be automatic scores.
It's Detroit. John Sally was roaming where he shouldn't have been.
See, with this group out on the floor for Portland, Drexler can take advantage of Vinnie Johnson anytime on movement coming across into the low post area. Vinnie just cannot play him down in there, like right here.
We'll see how many times now they triple teamed him, leaving Danny Young open for a 3, and he burns them.
See, this is a team that relies on catching the pass in the low post and pitching it out for a 3, getting a second shot opportunity and passing it out for a 3.
Both teams shooting under 50%. No surprise in this series. Pistons by 1. Thomas feels he can beat Danny Young in his own right. Edwards has it knocked away. Here's a 3-on-2 break. Cooper.
Great block.
Kersey finally puts it in after Vinnie Johnson made a great block on Cooper.
What a play by Vinnie. But, you know, it's nice to see Portland not assuming that he was going to make that shot, continue to crash, and get the second shot opportunity.
Hey, that's their style when they won the 59 games. Edwards hemmed in by Cooper. And they're going to finally call Coop with the foul, but Portland has scored the first 5 points of this quarter.
Now keep an eye to the right of your screen here as Cooper goes down. Watch Vinnie Johnson. Look at that shot. The ball did not get up above the rim. And here's good following up. 2 second shot opportunities.
Well, you talked about what kind of a rebounding guard Vinnie is. Not surprising he can do that as well. Runs into a double team.
Uh-oh. See, Vinnie's got a sore knee.
He's hurt. He's got the hyperextended knee, and he's limping.
Chuck's going to his bench, getting Joe Dumars ready.
Thomas has it stripped from behind, and with 2 seconds to go, that's how much time the Pistons will have. Vinny goes out, and Dumars is in, but this is a big problem for Detroit right here.
Now, right now, you have to look, you only have 2 seconds on the shot clock. Watch for a lob to the front of the rim.
Sally to Edwards, doesn't know the clock is running out. But an offensive board by Isaiah Thomas. Here's Edwards. James Edwards with 6 points now, nearly 2 minutes gone by in the second period.
When you think of all the offensive rebounding by Detroit, it's just incredible how many times it's Isaiah and Vinnie Johnson.
Drexler strong to the basket. Cooper backs it off.
I think Cooper's in there hustling. He's getting his hands on a lot of balls.
You're right, he's looking the best he's looked in this final. Thomas for 3. Oh. Does he have it? Isaiah Thomas, 18 points already for Thomas.
I mean, good grief.
And again, Detroit matching its biggest lead to Edwards. Blocks inside. And here come the Pistons. Sally, not a good ball handler, loses his footing and is called for traveling.
Good call.
And now Jack Madden has changed it to a kick.
Excellent call by Jack Madden. He was tripped as he went down in there. There's no doubt about that call.
We'll have a timeout. It wasn't the most graceful foray by Sally, but he was definitely tripped. Timeout here in Portland.
Well, NBA's greatest game.
You remember the problems Portland had when they went to their bench in the last game. They're staying with all of their starters right now. Bill Laimbeer has come back in for Detroit. Double team, leaving Buck Williams open. Rodman chips it to Laimbeer. Rodman's made a difference so far.
Yes, he has. And we're not talking just from the defensive standpoint. We're talking about the fact that he's keeping a lot of balls alive for other people to pick up either defensively or offensively.
Nice. Vinnie Johnson, hard off the glass. Detroit had a mismatch going there because they had a guard on Laimbeer. Rodman on Duckworth. Good basket. Duckworth now with 10 points to lead the Blazers.
He has an excellent game from 15 out to 18 feet. He knocks that one down with a high rate of, a high percentage rate.
Had the broken hand in the 6 games in the semifinal series.
Well, this is one-on-one. Now he calls for the pick and roll.
Duckworth picking up Dumars. Now they go back. Vinnie Johnson doesn't have the eye like he did in the last 2 games. Claimed he was fouled, gets no respect on that. Memorial Coliseum in Portland, the scene of Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Portland trying to stay alive. Rodman blocks it out of bounds, and right now trailing the Pistons by 4.
See, that's Detroit's 4th block in this first half, all on penetration off the dribble.
Kersey. Laimbeer with his 5th rebound. About 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Portland shooting only 35% in this quarter.
They're running Vinnie Johnson down on the baseline.
Boy, Kersey is guarding him and just denying him all the way. Sally hits the jumper. He'll still keep going to it.
Well, he likes that little baseline jumper halfway out to the corner. What they should do is make him put the ball down on the floor.
Rodman picks up Porter on the switch. Here's Duckworth. He's been hot from there and remains so with 12 points.
The reason why he keeps opening up is that Bill Laimbeer is looking to help out. Double team anyone off the dribble or in the post area, and Duckworth is now sliding to the open area of the court.
Crowd on its feet now, looking for the defensive play. Dumars missing. Out of bounds, and it's last touched by the Blazers. Not sure, it might have been Williams.
Well, they put the ball down on the floor that time off the dribble, and it went right off of one of their own players, the foot, right out of bounds.
Sally. And it's going to be Portland ball as John stepped on the line trying to save that one. You know, the Trailblazers have 8 offensive rebounds, their trademark, but have put back just 1 for a basket.
Yeah, they're only 4 points down in this game. You consider how many layups that they could have made with a dunking and a strong move. See, right here.
Lane Beer, that'll be a second. And the 4th team foul against Detroit.
You'll see, now watch Lampier now down inside, see. He grabbed on first, and then Duckworth cleared him away with the forearm. The referee caught the first move.
King of flop.
Well, Lampier says, listen, anytime I hear the whistle blow, I know that I've committed a foul. And he said, I can't do anything about it. The key is don't lose your composure and stay tunnel vision and know what's happening out here.
Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Bad pass by Kersey. Pistons by 4. Portland led by 5 in the first quarter. Detroit had a 6-point lead in this period. Kersey is on Dumars. Lane Beer is wide open. And a foul. It'll be the 3rd team foul against the Blazers. Beautiful sky here, and sunset isn't until about 9 o'clock, I think, Pacific time. It's kind of a late sunset, and it's beautiful. Thomas is back in along with Rodman for the Pistons.
Now just shoot it out on the floor. You know, you have Isaiah and Lambier become, you know, 2 of your main scorers here, or Dumars coming off of baseline picks.
Thomas with double team, misses. There's Dumars on the other side of the ball. And a whistle. Now to hit the backboard, they want to fix up the 24-second clock, I believe. Out of bounds. Side out.
Excellent call by Jack Madden that time.
Dumars against the taller Drexler. Now Buck Williams was even bigger than that. Throws the ball away to Porter.
Good anticipation because they know that Detroit loves to swing the ball to the opposite corner.
Here's Duckworth. He's been hitting this shot all night. Misses, but Kersey is there for the putback. One of the few they've gotten that way.
Yeah, but you see, you must be encouraged. They're working so hard. They're getting the opportunities. The shots will fall, and when you're coaching, that's what you tell your team. Keep working this hard. Good things will happen for us.
Joe Dumars misses. Lane Beer puts it back on the weak side. And again, it's a 4-point Detroit lead. Portland trying to up-tempo because right now the score is more to Detroit's liking. Pick and roll Duckworth against Dumars, the guard, and he's got it. 14 for Duck.
I'd say I love his game tonight. He is really aggressive with the basketball. Looking to score, wants to score.
Nine on the shot clock for the Pistons.
See, they're becoming more aggressive defensively, but they have to do a better job after Detroit misses that first shot.
Thomas goes in and is pushed down by Duckworth. That's a playoff foul and no hard feelings. That'll be Duckworth's 2nd personal.
Now you'll see he beats his man off the dribble. He's hit there, then that's a good one. You're not going to allow Isaiah to lay it up.
Hubie Brown has been talking about how talented a player Kevin Duckworth is. He would love to be the man in the middle of this championship season, as he said prior to the start of the finals, much like Walton was back in '77. He wants to dispel of the notion that there's any connection between him having worked at Burger King in high school and the fact that he's got a weight problem. He says, I've got excellent woodworking skills. I made furniture in my aunt's living room, but my skills on the hardwood are even better. Let's go back over to Dick.
Thank you, JB. And of course, Duckworth, with a good early start, this is his best start of all with 14 points already. And keep in mind, he's going to go to a nutritionist. He's very sensitive about the weight, but he's a fine young man. Came over from San Antonio in a trade for Walter Berry several years ago. Air ball thrown up by Isaiah Thomas. When was the last time you saw that?
Everyone in this building, look at Zeke laughing. I mean, everyone in this building is smiling. I mean, they can't believe it.
Missed the second, too.
But once again, there's a Detroit guard to get that second shot.
Rebound by Drexler. Thomas missed badly. Here's Clyde, gliding all the way in. high score.
This is available for them. Anytime they attack and attack strong, they're scoring.
Dumars out and a foul, and Joe Dumars with his first points of the game, and it comes at a big time for the Pistons, who saw their 6-point lead evaporate.
See, now keep an eye on the baseline. You'll see Drexler trying to fight through the pick. There it is, and Drexler just pushes Mark Aguirre.
Drexler's first foul, and the penalty situation now for the Trailblazers. Next foul by Detroit will put him there. Aguirre off the ball, recipient of that foul, and it's now a 44-41 lead.
Well, they're going to set a pick on the baseline for Drexler. See what happens there.
Duckworth. Edwards. If it's Edwards, it'll be 3 on him. And it is.
See, every time Duckworth steps into the lane area, Edwards is playing him for the jump hook, and he's trying to block the shot. Now, in the early part of the game, he would fake it like he did right there and step under. This time, he brings it up in the jump hook position. Edwards fouled.
I want to correct myself. That is Edwards' second foul. Right now, no one has 3 personal fouls in this game. John Sally replaces Edwards, who goes out having scored 8 points.
You know, when you look at Duckworth, you know, he's a second-round draft choice. He was 340 pounds in college. He's dropped 70 pounds. He's improved his game. He's worked so hard at it, and it's just beautiful to watch the contribution that he can make if you go to him offensively.
Missed the free throws, though. He's out of Eastern Illinois, one of many players with small school credentials on Portland. Sally gets inside. David Greenwood, who's just checked in for Detroit, picks up the loose ball foul. Greenwood's played well in this series. Seeing a lot of action in games 3 and 4.
See, if you're coaching Portland tonight, you're happy with the way your team is working at the offensive end of the floor. You're happy with the aggressiveness on the offensive board. The thing which is standing out as the major weakness is they cannot contain the defensive rebounding. Now, sure, they got a loose ball foul here right now, but Detroit is smacking them around and getting a lot of second shots.
And if you're Detroit, you're happy that you are in a tight game on a team that knows it needs 3 straight wins to win a title. The more you stay with them, the better the Pistons' chances are.
Well, look, when we talked to Rick and his staff before the series started, he said we do not want to play an 80-plus point game. We want that game up around 100.
It's an 80-plus game right now. 6 on the clock. Dumars sets for the 3. Some of Detroit's shots from outside have been way off the mark tonight. Buck Williams. And they're going to call the push. Offensive foul.
So give Detroit a lot of credit because since they've been out here, games 3, 4, and 5, they put their bodies in front of the penetrator looking for the charged ball.
3 fouls on Buck Williams. He's the first or either side to pick up 3. Cliff Robinson has come in for him.
See, the cardinal rule is when you're on the fast break, know who you're giving the basketball to. Don't give it to the big guys out past the foul line because they have trouble dribbling and getting off a good shot attempt.
Difference of about a second or so between the shot clock and game clock. Thomas with a high arc.
Here they are again.
Aguirre. Greenwood taps it to Aguirre, and he's fouled. But again, Detroit is doing a tattoo number on the offensive board.
See, Aguirre's upset. You see, he's really upset because he got pounded that time. Now, you'll see. Now, watch David Greenwood keep this alive. He has done a terrific job in the action in games 3, 4, and 5. Now, what we're seeing is this total frustration by the Portland team in trying to rebound their defensive board.
Here's Aguirre on the free throw line. Foul was on Drexler, his second. 0.2 of a second remain in the half. And that'll do it. So the Pistons had a 4-point lead after 1 quarter, and they still have the 4-point lead. And Kevin Duckworth had a very impressive second period. That's the end of the first half with the score, the Pistons 46, the Blazers 42. Pat O'Brien will be along with the Prudential at the half.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Start of the second half.
Well, a high pick and roll situation. Detroit has really been reading the mismatches anytime of a double team.
Edwards going in strong to the hoop. Took a page from the Portland Trail Blazers, who missed a lot of layups inside. He missed one.
You're Portland, you like to see more movement. You like to see people go strong to the hole.
Dumar's picking up Porter on the switch. The basket by Duckworth in the foul. He's now 8 for 12 from the field.
See, the big thing, Dick, is every time that they beat Detroit off the dribble, they've been able to hit the pass. Now, you'll see right here. Now, watch the Detroit defense come. Now, you see he's picking out Duckworth very easily. Porter is making the pass to the free guy because he's right in front of the rim.
Lane Beer with his 3rd foul. So Lane Beer and Buck Williams of Portland have 3 fouls, and Duckworth with 17 points.
This is the first time that we've seen the full court press. A 1-2.
Lane Beer from the corner, and yesterday in practice, that's all the Pistons worked on, just like it was the first day of practice for a high school or college team.
Well, they know that the corner shot is open, Dick, and then also if it's not there, get the ball into the middle and look for the layups.
Williams inside. 4 points for Buck Williams, who's playing with 3 fouls.
See, if the big men will establish early in this quarter that they can convert the power plays, this will be such an uplifter for the Portland club.
Turnover by Joe Dumars. And an opportunity now, as Daly not pleased with the opening moments for the Pistons, for the Blazers to take over.
Well, neither coach is very excited about the fact that they're up in double figures in the turnover department.
Duckworth, see if he sees if the magic's still there with the shot. Crashing the boards was Drexler beautifully.
They should get out of the way and let Drexler take Isaiah.
Draws the foul. Isaiah Thomas, that'll be 2.
Like we said at the beginning of the series, that the teams that win the finals are the ones that make the quick adjustments, the teams that play intelligent. Anytime that you see a mismatch, a decided where you know your guy can take advantage, you've got to allow that person to operate. Get out of the way and let him take that individual to the hole.
We said it all throughout the series as Drexler misses his 3rd free throw of the game, when Drexler had an opportunity against either Dumars or Vinnie Johnson. Wasn't always taken advantage of. Thomas gets the basket, and let's see, no basket, a foul, and Thomas has picked up his 3rd.
See, Duckworth is doing a nice job in coming over and cutting Isaiah off and taking the offensive charge.
Lane Beer and Isaiah each with 3, and Duckworth stays red hot. 19 points, matches his season high.
They're doing a real nice job in recognizing what is going on. If Detroit continues to trap the pick and roll, then Duckworth is always open.
Timeout, Detroit. It's a 20-second timeout. Well, if the Portland Trail Blazers stay alive and survive here, they will force a 6th game, and that'll be played back at the Pistons' home at the Palace on Sunday at 3:30 Eastern Time, where tonight the Palace is jam-packed with Detroit fans who are watching on the big screen. 9:44 remaining third period. Portland leading 50-48. They were down by 6 in the second period.
Anytime you come out of a timeout, you know you have a set play, and psychologically it's always good to execute and either get fouled or make the field goal.
Aguirre beats his man inside. Still only 2 players in double figures. Duckworth for Portland, Thomas for Detroit. Thomas staying in the game with 3 fouls. Aguirre the same. Drexler misses. Rebound Aguirre. Isaiah penetrates off the glass. You'll be surprised that they're playing both Aguirre and Isaiah with 3 right now?
No, not at all, because they'll go until they get their 4th, and then they'll set him down. Chuck understands there's 2 horses out there right now.
Kersey, long range. And another rebound for Aguirre. That's 9 now in the game. Aguirre. Now Portland.
The up-tempo now should favor Portland, but they must push.
Porter for a 3. That's his second of the game.
It's nice to see him have the confidence that he would launch that shot off the dribble with only 2 white shirts over half court.
You know, he hasn't made a 2-point basket, just free throws and 3-point baskets. In and out by Dumars. Thomas caused the turnover. They got 3 on 2, Detroit, and Mark Aguirre throws it away.
Well, we just had 2 major turnovers, and Chuck Daly sums it all up right there. First of all, a bad pass out on the pitch out into traffic, and then you turn around and you have an advantage, and you throw a blind pass.
Duckworth's been a hot man. Aguirre with Thomas. He's got Edwards and Aguirre. Low pass. Edwards lost it. Another turnover for Detroit. They're about even in this game. Porter hot for the 3. And Aguirre now with his 11th rebound.
Now, if you're watching, you're saying, why? Why shoot all these 3s? Well, during the course of the year, Terry Porter is excellent at that. And let's face it, without those shots, then they would have survived round 2, never mind round 3.
Aguirre hits, but of course, round 3 is Detroit. And it's a little tougher than the teams they play. Round 4 is Detroit, tougher than what they played earlier. 1-point lead Pistons. Williams with a great pick on Thomas. Great pass, Porter to Buck Williams.
Beautiful pass. When you make the catch down inside, gather yourself so you can make a strong move.
Aguirre has 5 boards. No one else has in this period. Dumars foul going in, and that is the first foul for Portland here in the third.
Now here you have a pick and roll situation. Here's a good pick on Isaiah by Buck. Now as Buck Williams goes to the glass, look at the delivery. There's your pass. Isaiah behind him. Gathered. Strong move by Buck.
Second foul on Terry Porter, though.
Back here in the third quarter, Blazers on top by 3. And that last play that James Edwards was hurt on, he caught an elbow across the right part of his eyebrow. It did, in fact, inflict a deep gash there. The doctor says he will not require stitches right now. They'll wait until after the game. And I can tell you from the old street fighting days, if you get a good knock across the nose, that will force you and cause you to be dizzy and fall backwards, as James Edwards did. Let's go over the deck.
Nah, not you, James Brown. 4 fouls on Buck Williams. And Edwards will go to the line.
At the line.
He's missed his only free throw tonight.
James has been struggling all throughout the playoffs. In this series, he's shooting less than 55% from the foul line. He's had an awful lot of opportunities there.
2-point lead for the Trailblazers with that much time remaining in the third period. Game number 5 of the NBA Finals, with the Pistons leading 3-1 and needing 1 to wrap it up. Portland wanting to win 1 at home to stay alive. Here's Duckworth. Gets his own rebound, knocks it away. And it'll be a Piston foul, apparently. Or is it side out?
Side out.
No foul.
The ball was hit, and it went behind the backboard and hit back there. Consequently, you get the ball out of bounds on the side. That was an excellent shot by Duckworth and follow-up to keep the ball alive.
Portland's been a little cold lately from the field. Drexler takes care of that. They have missed 5 in a row.
See, we have not seen that explosion from the side area. That time he just made up his mind to take his man to the basket.
He's got 11 now, Drexler. Detroit starting guards have outscored Portland by 1. Vinnie Johnson will come in along with Sally at the next dead ball. 6 on the shot clock. Ball knocked away. Thomas fires a desperation 3, and what do you know, hits another one, and that is his 3rd of the game.
That's been the story of the series games 3, 4, and 5. The incredible ability to make the shot as the clock is out, and more important, for threes.
25 points for Thomas. Detroit, 4th foul. There's Vinnie Johnson and Sally in there now.
Now you see Drexler come off of the first pick, second pick. That's what we mean by stagger. Look at that step.
Edwards will go out and work on that eye, and kind of an off game thus far goes out. Foul was on Rodman, his 2nd, 4th team foul against Detroit.
The referees are concerned with a lot of sweat that has happened right in the red area in the lane.
Sally on Drexler. Basket good and a foul. What an explosion there.
That's his game, Dick. Anytime he puts it down and attacks, even if you are with him, he has the ability to get so high up in the air. Now watch how he plays this glass. Look at that. He came right up underneath. Even if Sally stayed with him, he would have knocked him off the front of the rim.
Pistons in the penalty. Sally with his 2nd foul. And it's a 4-point lead in favor of the Trailblazers.
It's always nice to watch an offensive player read the defense perfectly and then execute.
See how Detroit responds to this challenge. Thomas hits a jumper. 27 points now for Isaiah Thomas. Getting close to 3 minutes to go in the 3rd. And Porter is hit and fouled. Sally, another foul now.
How about this? Now just watch. Watch how he takes a Spider-Man off the dribble. How about this elevation? Look at the distance. Bam. Beautiful.
Porter 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Clyde Drexler was in the middle of those slam dunk contests long before the Trailblazers became a finalist in this league.
That's right.
Rare miss for Porter.
Well, the people are groaning. You know, he's right there. He's 6th in the league in foul shooting, right at that 89% mark over the season. And then we all know that he ran the string 35 straight in the playoffs.
Pistons knowing that Vinnie Johnson hasn't scored. Dumars has 3, and they're only down by 3 points now, 64-61.
Watch Vinnie Johnson to see if he comes off of the picks gingerly. No, see, he's hobbling.
Cliff Robinson is denying him anyway. Sally goes up, has it knocked away. Rodman. And Rodman, such an intelligent player, knowing great awareness where the ball is, draws the foul.
Once again, the loose balls that go to the floor, the blue shirts have dominated in getting to them in games 3, 4, and so far in game 5.
Effort plays. Technical foul has been called against Jerome Kersey and Bill Laimbeer, a double team.
Now Laimbeer and the referee, Darryl Garrettson, having a few words.
He lost his cool.
We'll see it right here. Ups, there goes the ball. All right, Kersey hit him in the back of the head. So all you're doing is you're instigating, thinking, and probably that's what Laimbeer said, but we might be catching the second part of the action right now.
Danny Young is in for Portland in the backcourt. Rodman only 55% playoff free throw shooter. A lot better than he used to be, though.
See, sometimes he just gets up to the line and throws it up there without concentrating.
Missed them both. Had the ball and lost it to Danny Young. Portland by 3. Drexler again. That time it was Sally with his defense.
Well, they got him on a trap. Did an excellent job.
Thomas loses his footing and goes out of bounds. Claims he was pushed.
Well, he was bumped on the dribble. But in this type of a game, there's an awful lot of bumping on the dribblers no matter where they are on the court. So it has been consistent at both ends of the floor.
Detroit not protecting the ball as well this period. Drexler, no basket, a foul.
See, in this matchup, Drexler versus Vinnie Johnson. First of all, he can't play him even if his knee was perfect, because he can stay with him maybe, but Drexler jumps over the top of him. Now with Vinnie with an injured knee, it's almost impossible. Drexler senses this, and he wants the ball on a clear out.
If you've just joined us, we're at the Memorial Coliseum in Portland, 12,000 strong. The Portland Trailblazers trying to draw closer to the Pistons, trailing 3 games to 1 in the best of 7. Detroit knowing a win here wraps up their second straight NBA crown.
In the second half, Portland doing a much better job on the defensive board.
Vinnie Johnson really doesn't have footing out there, fell down. Lane Beer, Sally the offensive board. Portland matching their biggest lead, established back in the first quarter. Thomas tries to force a pass. Here's a 4-on-2 break for the Trailblazers, broken up by Dennis Rodman beautifully.
Once again, a careless pass.
2-on-1, Sally couldn't hold on to Thomas's pass. We are seeing careless ball handling. Vinnie Johnson is fouled.
When you're coaching a game like this, you just sit and you shake your head. I mean, we are seeing so many crazy things here in the open floor. A 4-on-2, we get a blind pass into a turnover at one end of the floor. At the other end of the floor, a perfect pass on a 2-on-1, missed. Now here we have, now watch Rodman hustling. But you see, when you throw a blind pass, you're not giving credit to the defense that's hustling in transition.
Vinnie Johnson with his first point of the game. Dumars will give Isaiah Thomas a rest. Thomas goes out with 27. Vinnie Johnson, who scored 41 in the last 2 games, having a cold game thus far. 1 out of 2. 4-point lead, Portland.
They're trying to bring Drexler to the side. There you go.
Duckworth against Lane Beer, who has a few fouls. Lane Beer finally gets the rebound.
See,
14.
When Drexler fed Duckworth, he went right into the middle so that he'd be on the offensive board. He had one opportunity there.
Rodman, good pass to Dumars and a foul. Both teams in the penalty now. And for Drexler, that'll be his 4th. So Buck Williams and Drexler both now hampered with 4 personals.
See, now right now with a minute to go, an awful lot of coaches in basketball, high school, college, and the pros would take out their star player now, hoping that he does not pick up his 5th. But when we saw this happen in games 1 and 2, Rick and the coaching staff at Portland, they have confidence in Drexler because they say he wants to stay on the floor.
Pistons really having a rough time from the line as a team tonight. Under a minute to go, 16 on the shot clock.
There's a clear out.
Drexler. A rebound by Rodman. Portland will get the ball back. Dumars in a crowd and a foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot too, but this has been an Achilles heel for the Pistons. They are shooting 44% in the game from the free throw line, Hubie. Young with the foul.
Well, coming into this series,
both teams were low foul shooting teams in the low 70s. But we have seen them get hot in different games and shoot up around that 80 mark. The thing which is interesting so far is any time that you're trying to come off of a pick and roll with the basketball, there is so much manhandling, bumping and grabbing of people that they're not allowing anyone to turn the corner and get to the basket for an advantage.
This is not a game in which the three guards are exploding for the Pistons as they have the last two. See if Detroit can win nonetheless. They're locked in a tight game, down by one. They'll get the ball back, though.
But remember, the Portland coaching staff, this is Detroit tempo that we're playing at right now.
7 on the shot clock. Porter too far under. Rodman in the middle of it, and we're going to have a jump ball. I'll tell you, Rodman's ankle has to be feeling a lot better the way he's elevating and jumping around tonight.
This is a war between two really great athletes. Now you'll see this move right here. There was no shot opportunity. Terry's behind the board. Now look at this. These two guys have been fighting every minute when Rodman is on the court. Kersey and Rodman. You just have to enjoy it as a fan.
Porter with a quick three. He's got it.
Oh, yes. And he wanted the foul. Thought he was hit.
4 of those tonight for 17 points. Vinnie Johnson to Rodman. No basket. Time is run out. Let's see if there was a whistle and a foul. Chuck Daly is going over to the scorer's table.
Chuck Daly, you could hear a whistle. Now, was that whistle on the floor or did it come out of the crowd? That's what Chuck Daly's all upset about, because they thought that they had a foul on Vinnie Johnson out high at half-court area.
An 8-point turnaround from halftime till now, and that's the end of the third period with the score. The Blazers 69, Pistons 65. We'll return to the Memorial Coliseum after this message and a word from your local station.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
The Minneapolis Lakers beat the New York Knicks, winning 3 on the road back in 1953. But since we had the 2-3-2 arrangement, no team has swept the middle 3 consecutive games. Detroit trying to do it tonight, but they're trailing by 4 going into this last period.
That was an excellent quarter by Portland. They finally, first quarter, 22 points. Second quarter, only 20. Third quarter, 27 points. They are protecting the basketball, doing a little bit better job there, but the main emphasis is their defensive rebounding, doing an excellent in that area.
Outscored the Pistons by 8 at Portland, despite 39% shooting in the quarter. Danny Young and Terry Porter with Cooper, Kersey, and Cliff Robinson. Porter almost had a bank 3 that time.
And you know he called bank, right? Come on.
I heard him. Even with the crowd, I heard
players
him.
Before the game were doing all of that, calling the shot when they were warming up.
Dumars and Vinnie Johnson with Edwards, Sally, and Rodman out there. 5 on the shot clock. Sally. Rodman tipped up by Sally. Pistons having trouble catching the ball inside tonight.
This unit out there now, it's Kersey and Porter are your primary offensive players.
There's the shot clock up. Edwards pushes Danny Young, and that'll be his third.
Bad foul that time by James. Anytime you're out in the open floor, the shot clock is going down. If you make a switch, force the guard, who is much smaller than you, to shoot over the top. You're 7 foot with long arms. They're working hard to get Porter open.
He's open. Hits another. That's a 2-point shot. It's 19 in the game. He and Duckworth lead the Blazers.
Well, you know, Dick, this is the best that we have seen him shoot since the San Antonio series, where he had a lot of confidence, coming off picks, shooting a 3 off the dribble.
Portland has its biggest lead of the game. Edwards, not to be denied, relentless, draws the foul.
I like his aggressiveness tonight off the dribble. Anytime that he's on the right side of the lane facing the basket, ball down hard and taking it into the lane. If he goes for the left-handed little baby hook shot, he'll either score or he'll get fouled.
Jerome Kersey with his third personal foul, and here's Edwards. Like many of the Pistons having a rough night from the line. He's 1 for 3 thus far.
See, when he stands perfectly straight up, as he bends his knees and comes up and releases the shot, the coaching staff of Detroit said when he follows through, everything is fine. It's when he ends up fading backwards is when he usually has the miss. There you go.
He's been in double figures all but game 1. Waiting for his chance again is Isaiah Thomas. He's got 27, does he? Porter with a move against Dumars. Kersey blocked by Edwards. Goaltending called. Kersey gets the hoop.
See, on all the penetration, Porter's been able to get down inside and make the pass. Look at this pass. Now watch the pause. See the pause? He paused, gathered himself, Kersey, on that shot.
Joe Dumars with a stunner going in, blocked inside. Edwards follows up.
Now that's the way to get a second shot opportunity.
I think he's really aggressive. Well, you pointed out Porter misses a 3. Young. It'll go for it. Dumars wants a 20-second timeout. Got hit in the eye. And he's going to get it.
Well, they've been working him really hard off the wall of picks. He's been working to try to prevent Porter coming into the open area off of 1 or 2 picks.
It's going to be a full timeout. A war of attrition. That's what this game and maybe this series is going to come down to. Well, the game looks pretty even from these numbers. The shooting is even. There's Thomas and Porter. Duckworth also has 19 points, and the rebounds, Detroit with a slight edge, but a 75-69 lead right now for the Blazers.
Now keep an eye on Joe Dumars right in the area here. He gets hit twice. There's the one time, and here he gets it. 1, 2, bam, bam. There were no fouls called on that play. Here comes James Edwards for the power follow, the power dunk. But that's where Dumars had the injury to his left eye.
So we have Dumars with the eye, Edwards with the cut. It's Jim Paxson.
Had many a big scoring year here as a Portland Trailblazer.
Let's send it over to James Brown now. JB?
All right, Dick, not an awful lot of talking in the Detroit huddle that time. As a matter of fact, all the players know sign language. Assistant coach Brendan Malone did 2 things. He pointed to his heart, and he pointed to his championship ring, and he smiled at him. Let's go back to that.
That's all you need to do.
See, from now on down, we have 9.5 minutes, Dick. We know that there's going to be an awful lot of body contact, a lot of strong defense here. And now it's going to come down to, do you get the call or not? If you do not, you must adjust your game and play the way the game is called.
Portland resting its 2 players with 4 fouls, Buck Williams and Drexler. James Edwards, defense, and Kersey comes down with it.
Hey, Kersey and Cliff Robinson are all over the place trying to help out defensively.
Three minutes gone by in the 4th. And Edwards with a hard foul on Porter, and that'll be 4 on James. Last 2 have been kind of strange fouls for him, a push and then that one.
Right, you see on that one, you have a guard driving to the basket. He's already extended his body, so he's not high up in the air. What you should do is allow the shot to be released because you have Rodman in the game as well as Edwards to just come and take the shot block. No need fouling, mainly because he's a great foul shooter.
6 out of 7 tonight. Dumars resting up, has scored only 6 points. Vinnie Johnson just 1. The 3-guard explosion has been missing for the Pistons.
He's been the heart and soul of their team tonight. Porter has really been going down the lane, making things happen.
1 out of 2, but 20 points in the game for Porter.
You want to play 2-man basketball. Isaiah and Edwards right here.
Pick and roll, not there. Vinnie Johnson. Not made a shot tonight. Danny Young giving Thomas fits. Edwards goes up. They do not count the basket. It was before the shot. Wayne Cooper's foul.
Look at Chuck.
He doesn't quite see that.
Well, you know, first of all, he didn't like the call. He wanted continuation. But you're happy with Edwards because he's not contented with the fadeaway jumper.
Vinnie Johnson hits his first field goal of the game after missing 4.
He's running gingerly down the floor. No explosion in his game tonight.
Rodman falls down. Kersey strong to the hoop. Rebound by Lane Beer. He's got 15 rebounds, matching his first game high.
See, Kersey's got to get back.
Vinnie Johnson hits another one, and if he gets cooking, Rick Adelman's got deep problems.
See, you can't lose your concentration now from now to the end of the game because there will be fouls going on.
Offensive foul now.
Offensive foul, Jerome Kersey.
Kersey, and that's 4 on Jerome.
See, he wanted a foul on his drive to the basket at the other end. He did not get across to half court when Vinnie Johnson hit the shot, and now he comes at the other end of the floor, gets an offensive foul.
Buck Williams, who comes in with 4 fouls, replaces Jerome Kersey, who goes out with 4.
Many times a coach in a situation like this will give him a quick breather, you know, just to cool him down, let him regroup, because we're right underneath 8 minutes now.
Vinnie Johnson gets his own rebound. 3 in a row for Vinnie Johnson, and the lead is cut to 1 now.
When he releases the shot, you must put your body into his chest. Block him out.
Porter, loose ball. Danny Young, boy, really seeing helter-skelter passing tonight. Cooper goes up and a push by Lane Beer, and that is going to be number 4 on Bill.
Strong move by Cooper. Nice pass by Danny Young, seeing that Cooper was open and he had Lambier beaten in that area.
Nose is bleeding. We have had a lot of cuts and bleeds tonight. Dumars will replace Isaiah.
Let's see it right here now. See how Zeke gets it here. Oh, there it is there.
Cliff Robinson.
Right.
Meanwhile, Clyde Drexler has replaced Terry Porter in the Portland lineup. Boy, Mike Abdenauer has been a busy man. Dr. Paolucci also has had a lot to do tonight. James Edwards got a gash. We saw Vinnie Johnson with the knee. Dumars as well. He's going to be left standing in this one. Cooper misses both free throws.
See, they're 13 for 21. They missed 8 free throws. And when you think of all of the layup opportunities in that first quarter, you know, it's piling up here. You must make the foul shot.
Vinnie Johnson with Dumars, Rodman, Lane Beer, and Edwards stepped on the line and a turnover. Portland has Buck Williams, Kevin and Cliff Robinson at forward, and they got Drexler and Danny Young at guard.
Remember, when you're in a close game like this, plus the game is under 90 points, you know, you're saying to yourself, you've got to make the freebies on the foul line and the easy shot opportunity.
Pass looped into Drexler, winds up on the floor. He's shaken up now, and Lane Beer has picked up his 5th personal foul.
See, this is 2 guys going for a lob pass. Depends upon the angle of the collision, where you're coming from. Now here, see, they're looking for a lob to Drexler. Here comes Lambier with the hit. Definite foul on Lambier in that situation.
Well, maybe a rainbow over Portland. Is that beautiful? Could be a good omen for the Trailblazers, but they are leading by only 1. We'll return.
Welcome back to the NBA's greatest game.
Well, it's been a rugged game. Here's Isaiah Thomas running into Cliff Robinson and getting a nosebleed right here.
Well, you know, we say it's a non-contact sport. Now remember, there were no fouls called on that play right there. And the thing that you look at here is we're having collisions all over Now watch this. Here's a bang, boom. And it's such a difficult game to referee because these people are playing at box level, a foot above the rim.
Well, let's check in with our MASH reporter, James Brown. JB.
All right, Dick, trying to move as quickly as I can from the Pistons bench. Isaiah Thomas, of course, the nosebleed, nothing serious. James Edwards, still a little gash over the right eye, nothing serious. On the Portland bench, Clyde Drexler, more a bruised ego than anything, and both trainers said, hey, nothing serious. Let's go back to Dick.
All right, thank you, James. John Sally in for Lane Beer, who's on the bench with 5 personals.
Next foul by Detroit is the penalty.
Drexler goes up. They're going to call an offensive foul against Clyde, and Clyde now has 5.
That's a tough one. See, when he went down in there and he went on the reverse dribble to come back to get the shot, Dumars was in front.
Keep your eye on Vinnie Johnson, who has scored 6 points here in this quarter and gets a foul on Robinson here, and that's a tough foul when a guy is shooting so far out.
See, Cliff at 6'10", excellent quick feet movement, good defender, long arms. You just don't need that. Just challenge the shot, force Vinny to shoot the high loft.
Jerome Kersey will replace Robinson. And we now have a tie game with 6:34 to play. There's Kersey.
I love what Lampier said about Vinnie Johnson. You know, Vinny would be an all-star on any team in this league if he was the go-to guy.
Makes them both. It'll count, and the Pistons, after trailing by 7, have regained the lead by 1 with that much time remaining in the 4th.
Well, everything is in Portland's favor from a tactical standpoint. You're going to be shooting.
Buck Williams misses. Kersey the rebound. Let's see if it's on Edwards, and if it is, it'll be 5 on him. We're going to have some people foul out of this one before we're through.
Well, the majority of this game at the Portland end is being played from the foul line down with an occasional 3-point attempt by Terry Porter. But everything else is down in there, and it's causing a lot of congestion on rebounds, a lot of body contact, and then who is going to survive? When you get it, pump fake, gather yourself, go strong, you'll get on the foul line.
Trailblaze, but you got to make the shots when you get on the line.
Well, you know, the reason why we said it, this is their 9th miss, and you're in a 77-76 game.
It's a Detroit score no matter what
That's right.
what happens. It's going to be under 100 unless we go into double overtime.
See, Detroit loves this tempo. They're very methodical offensively. They'll run the offense to death.
Terry Porter back in guarding Dumars. Dumars off the glass. Another one of those shots. He got one with a second left on the shot clock the other day.
Well, you'd say that was a throw, except that he does it very often, so you know that it's a shot that he practices.
Rodman is on Kersey. No foul. Good call, no foul, but there's one. That may be Sally. Detroit is in the penalty.
4 personal foul on John Sally.
4 on John.
Keep your eye on Dumars. Now, this is very good defense. Here it comes. Now, watch. Boom. That is planned up high off the board.
Remember when he hit that shot, his dad had passed away on Sunday. There's George C. Scott, and you know what team he's rooting for. He wears that. His lovely wife, Trish Vanderveer, with him tonight. Sitting right behind us, as a matter of fact. Remember what Isaiah Thomas said? That wasn't you, Joe. That was your dad that scored that basket. Tied at 79, pick and roll. Sally all alone.
If you're going to trap the pick and roll, you must pick up the roll, guy. Not one Portland player was near him.
Double team, and Drexler's pass to Williams beat it.
See, I love Drexler down in the low post area, Dick, because he can shoot over the guard, but most important, when you double team him, he always gets the pass to the free man.
Isaiah Thomas nursing the bloody nose. Dumars into Sally. Smart play by Sally, had nothing. Double on Vinnie Johnson. Edwards has it stripped away by Drexler, and here's Porter in the open court. To Clyde. Foul. by Dumars. And that was a smart foul by Joe. Maybe the only guy without foul trouble for Detroit.
Here's our man.
You know, that's the Trailblazers logo. How many times have you seen a logo on some guy's face?
Clyde really attacked.
2 shots by Drexler.
Porter and Drexler have accounted for 37 points tonight.
What I liked about that fast break opportunity, Porter knew that when the defense cut off his lane, he had Drexler coming down the middle, delivered a nice soft pass.
Team fouls. Portland still has 1 to give. We've got a good one going, and we've already had 2 great games in this NBA final. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown. 83-81 Portland trying to stay alive, trailing 3 games to 1 to the Pistons in the championship. Sally against Drexler. Duckworth the rebound. And a blocking foul called against Dennis Rodman.
See, Dennis is trying for the charge on every single dribble penetration. He'll rotate over, try to help out a teammate. He's taking an awful lot of body contact, but you know, the majority of them, he is nowhere near in position to get the charge. And all it is resulting in foul shot opportunities.
And a good one on the line, although he's missed 2 tonight, is Terry Porter. Detroit has had a rough night from the line, and Portland is following suit. 13 of 22 for Detroit. 18 for Portland. There you'll see the numbers. One out of 2, and the lead is 3. Lambeer on the bench with 5. Edwards playing with 5.
Now you have to watch out for the high pick and roll for Vinnie Johnson.
Dumars. Duckworth with another rebound. Good outlet outside to Porter. Pick and roll. Here's Kersey in the corner. Rodman tips it to himself. 4 minutes remaining now in the 4th period of Game 5.
See, they'll take their time. Now, this is a one-on-one. If he feels he doesn't have it, you'll see Edwards come for the pick and roll. Here it is right now.
And a foul. Isaiah Thomas just looked at Chuck Daly and put his arms out as if to say, hey, how about now? I can go in.
Chuck is playing a situation. He feels that Vinny's hot. Also, Joe is playing solid. It's a tough call for Chuck right now. You know, when you're coaching in a situation like that, you're going with your instincts.
Duckworth committing his 3rd. Next foul on Portland will be the penalty.
Same situation now.
Thomas is getting up now. There you see.
Joe Dumars sent a pick down inside so that they'd bring Edwards, play 2-man.
Edwards. Loose ball, Williams has it.
Portland doing a terrific job in the last 3 to 4 minutes, holding Detroit to 1 shot.
Isaiah Thomas will come in. Next dead ball. Duckworth. A new playoff season high for Kevin Duckworth, 21.
It's nice to see because he was calling for the ball. He wanted that ball. And that was a tough shot because Edwards was right up in his face.
3 minutes remaining and a 5-point lead for the Blazers. Vinnie Johnson. Sally stuffs it through and it's down to 3.
Sally came from the corner. He was running hard. Blew right by everyone for that one.
Drexler working in. What a play by Drexler on a reverse.
What a beautiful play. You can't play anyone any better than that. Dumars was right there, forced him to reverse.
Dumars. Rebound Duckworth. The lead is 5 and time is starting to run down.
Main thing now, you're shooting the penalty. Go to your strength right now, but don't allow too many seconds to go off the shot clock.
Feed inside, knocked away by Kersey. Buck Williams. Timeout, Detroit. Bill Laimbeer with 5 fouls comes back in. So does Mark Aguirre. Isaiah Thomas is there with Vinnie Johnson and John Sally. That's the 5 in there for Detroit. Drexler, Porter, Williams, Kersey, and Duckworth for the Trailblazers. Basket will count and a foul by Vinnie Johnson. They got him on the side on that time.
Vinnie just blew by Clyde Drexler. That is Drexler's 6th foul. Okay, and yet he came to block that shot from behind.
20 points for Clyde, 6 rebounds and 4 assists in a magnificent performance.
This is a big 3-point opportunity for Detroit.
Vinnie Johnson 3 for 4 tonight from there. And it's 90 to 86 with 1:50 to go. Danny Young replaces Drexler.
Well, let's see the ball movement now. In the last 2 minutes, everything is ball movement, setting up your key people offensively, and you try not to waste a lot of seconds.
Porter to Duckworth. Rebound Laimbeer. 16 rebounds for Laimbeer. That's the best he's had in any game in the finals.
Look out now.
4-point lead. Vinnie Johnson hits the basket, and it's 90 to 88. 5 straight points by Vinnie.
Well, Chuck knows you got to get Vinnie the ball. He's hot right now. He feels it. That's why he's handling, not Isaiah Thomas.
It's all coming down to this for Portland surviving. Duckworth in and out. Laimbeer with another rebound, and now Detroit. He'll be patient with it. Pick and roll. Under a minute to go. Ball batted away.
Excellent defense by Danny Young, knocking that one loose.
7 on the shot clock. Vinnie Johnson down the middle. Jump ball with Danny Young jumping with Vinnie Johnson.
Both coaches in a sweat right now. Yeah, I like Danny Young. He puts his nose in there. He's been doing a real fine job for them in these 3 home games. Right now we're hustling again. We have that same problem as we had in the first quarter, the confrontation of who gets the spot.
Jump controlled by Isaiah Thomas. 21 on the shot clock. Here's Thomas. Tie score at 90-90. Crowd quieting now. 7-0 run here by Portland. By Detroit.
You have to look at them. Laimbeer says it, and it's really true. They're so tough-minded. They have incredible concentration, especially on the road.
Porter throws the ball away. 3 straight times Portland has come up empty in 3 possessions. And look at the expression on Rick Adelman's face. Timeout called with 20.1 seconds to go. Rodman will inbound. They are apparently not going to guard the inbounds pass of Rodman. Here's Isaiah.
Well, they're going to run the clock all the way down. Now, everyone's on the baseline, so they're in a 1-4 set. That way, if Thomas...
Timeout, Portland! They're going wild at the Palace because they are watching one of the great teams of recent years in the NBA, Hubie Brown, with their guttiness.
Well, that was just outstanding execution. They were relying on Isaiah to beat his man off the dribble. You'll see. Now watch as the player... Well, that was a beautiful extension shoot. And we have Portland with 2 timeouts in it. Now, you know that you can make a catch and you can get off a very good shot. Okay, the key is what's going to happen now of how they're going to open up that guy, whether they'll take him off 1 pick or 2 picks, how they free.
Here's a guy who wants to make sure that Champagne stays on ice. James Brown reports that the plan is to get the ball to Duckworth. We'll see.
Well, that means if they're taken out high, Duckworth is down along the left side of the lane right now. So Detroit must be careful. They're not playing the guy out of bounds. They're not going to allow a long pass.
0.7 of a second. There's the shot, and the game's over, and the Pistons have won the World Championship. Back to back. They are going wild at the Palace. Pistons had scored the last 9 points to win it.
Isaiah Thomas was unanimously voted MVP. Isaiah, congratulations.
Thanks, Pat.
Is this one sweeter than the last one?
Oh, yeah, it's much sweeter because we had our work cut out for us. Everybody doubted us all season long, and it was a tough road. Anytime you go back-to-back, we won the only 3 teams to ever do it in history, and this is a special team, very special team.
I can't see anything. Chuck Daly, come here.
How are you?
The Daily Double you got. Congratulations.
I got the Daily Double.
You've been hyping these T-shirts for a year.
I'm not worried about T-shirts. I'm so happy because we worked so hard, and I wanted this one more than any of the last 3 trips. I don't know why. Just because I love it. These guys have worked so hard to do it.
Will you be back next year to try it again?
You never know what's going to happen. I don't know. I haven't made any decision.
What did you think when Vinny's shot went in?
Hell, he's done it all his life.
Gotta get your hair right, wait.
Vinny Johnson, the hero of the game. It took you a while to find your shot, but you finally found it at the right time.
Oh, couldn't have came at a better time, but I hung in there. I had guys like Coach Malone here who stuck by me 100%, kept on telling me to shoot it. Bill Lambert said, hey, I don't care if you miss 500 in a row, I'm still with you. And, when guys tell you things like that, hey, you get a lot of confidence from that.
How many times in your life have you looked for a shot like that? All the times on the playgrounds, you're talking it up, you're saying, Vinny, with no time in the clock goes in. How many times do you do that?
Oh, I tell you, I got good grip on my jumper, and I followed through real good, and it just fell for me. I was lucky.
Congratulations. Bill Lambert. Bill, get up here. Congratulations. Is this one sweeter than the last one?
Well, the first one's always the best, but this one was for us. Last year was for the organization and all the people, but this year was for all the players because we wanted this very badly.
What do you want to say to your fans out there in the Palace?
We got fans back to back, and we're the world champions.